Hello, dear Cancer, and welcome to your love reading for the month of January of 2026. I hope that you're all doing well, and thank you so much for waiting for your reading. Now, this, of course, is a Patreon reading, but it's going to be released to the public after the 20th of the month. Thank you for your patience. Let's see what is going on, dear Cancer, as we are living through very significant times. The month of January 2026, there has been a full moon in your sign. Early January, as we stepped into 2026, something is completing for you. It may have to do with a lot of things, but especially if you're a Cancer rising, it's the Capricorn season, and all the planets practically, all the personal planets, they're all lined up in your house of others, the seventh house, which is the most important house for relationships. We're having lots of new seeds that are being birthed in your house of commitment, business partnerships, the other most significant people in your life. But there's been like a tug of war. Things have got to change. Many changes for you on the angles, on the angular houses, which is the 1st, the 7th, the 4th, and the 10th. So changes in career, changes at home, changes that are happening for you, as well as your close environment and the long distance, other countries, your beliefs, what you grew to believe. I mean, Saturn and Neptune, this is one of the major shifts of the outer planets, let's say, that's right on your midheaven. So a lot to do with distant foreign places and people, as well as your reputation out there in the world, your career. Big changes for you, probably in the month of February, when Saturn and Neptune will leave your ninth house of divinity, justice, you seeing the bigger picture. Maybe there's been a lot of illusion or a rude awakening relative to what is true, what is not, what you believed and what is true. And that may have clashed. Big changes, big changes for you, surely. But the eclipse is happening in Virgo and Pisces, so your 3rd and your 9th house. Themes possibly with your siblings as well, or relatives that are close to you that you may be dealing with karmic issues and needing to release. And the North Node is in your 9th house, so again, higher education, wisdom, philosophy. Your philosophies are changing. Who knows what's going on? Jupiter has been transiting your 1st house, so Jupiter is the planet of expansion, abundance, truth, abundance, protection, but he can also increase your weight, so it's your physical body. I hope that he's going to bring you all the abundance and the protection that you deserve, dear Cancer. So we'll leave the astrology. Let's go on to what's going on, because there is, as I said, big changes for many. For you, it's in very important areas of your life. What is the Karma Dharma for Cancer? Cancer, please, Spirit. What's the Karma Dharma? Chiron, also the wounded healer, and the resolution possibly is transiting your 10th house. So the resolution can also be something that has been holding you back relative to taking charge of your life and what you're aspiring to create, and to, what are your goals. That has sort of been challenging you a lot. So obviously, maybe your career, your line of career, or your beliefs and where they've taken you career-wise, and your home in the past, to do with family. Who knows? Let's see, what is your Karma Dharma, Cancer? You've got the Sun. This is beautiful. Leo comes through. The sun does speak to clarity and healing, confidence. It speaks to the inner child. It speaks to coming together, reconciling. I mean, to me, they look like siblings here, and you may have been dealing with a difficult situation relative to your siblings with the South Node there. Things coming up for you that need clarity, they need to be healed. You need to add a bit more play into your life. It's been very serious. The Capricorn season is about being mature, getting down in the dirt, becoming more serious and grounded, where your most important relationships are, even business partnerships. Let's see, because the Sun is the most positive card out of all the major arcana, right? So I don't know if you're dealing with a Leo. Leo is matters of heart as well. Let's see, dear Cancer, what's going on for you? We're taking a 9-card spread. We're using also the Lenormand, the Amethyst Lenormand by Veronica Tribini, the Tower of Sexual Magic, the Mystic Moon Oracles, the Singles and Relationship Oracle deck to see what the challenges are and what the blocks are. We'll be taking some timing cards with the Godspeed, Divine Timing, the Angel Answers, as well as the handwritten love messages at the end of the reading. Let's see what's going on. What is the main focus? What is the main issue where love is concerned for Cancer? Thank you. Dilemmas, choices, Two of Swords, needing to maybe not be so protective of your heart. Maybe you need to open your heart. You see that the moon, which is your ruling planet, and we've had a full moon in Cancer as we stepped into 2026, and there's going to be a new moon in on the 18th of January in your house of others, the house of commitment. So a new moon is a new seed, and we've had lots of seeds planted. Venus, the Sun, Mars, Mercury, even Juno, the asteroid of commitment and marriage, is transiting your 7th house, as well as Vesta, where you're invested. Let's see. Let's take your cards and see what's going on. Wow, okay. Ace of Cups. The Hermit. The Eight of Cups. The Star. 9 of Wands. 5 of Wands. The Empress. And the outgoing card is the 3 of Wands. The General is the Ace of Swords, and beneath that is the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands. I always look for threes. We've got the Empress, which is a 3. Okay. 3 of Cups, which again can speak to third parties, reconciliation, happiness, going out with friends, siblings, making up, breaking up. I mean, meeting someone new, possibly. In this would be more energies that that you've already dealt with, and you've been going through a moment of crisis and judgment. The Judgment card obviously is a resurrection. It's a second chance, but it happens through an ending. You've gone through an ending. There's a moment of uprising, of renewal, with the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Swords, which the Ace of Swords, of course, is the sword of truth, but it also speaks to logic. You've got a couple of aces, so maybe there needed to be more truth, more logic. That's what Virgo is all about as well. We've got the Hermit here. Some of you may have been seeking that inner guidance or guidance from a guru, a teacher, a professional. The Hermit card is a card of seeing the inner light, looking for the answers and what you've understood. And this is because this could speak to self-love as well. The Hermit is a 9. You've got another 9 here, the 9 of Wands. It's like you've come to the end of the road concerning your love life. The 8 of Cups is I'm unhappy. What I see is, first of all, I need to self-love, but also this could be a possibility with the 2 of Swords here that you've connected with someone else. Someone else has entered your life. Ace of Cups is a possibility. It is connected to someone that's very spiritual. Could be someone that has made you start to seek the answer. Someone that is very progressive, maybe, I don't know. I mean, we've got Aquarius, we've got Virgo. Aquarius is Uranus. It's the high mind, it's the downloads, it's connection to the divine, to spirit, it's the internet. And here we've got the Hermit, which is the logic. The logic, right, dear Cancer? Now, of course, you're a water sign, so you're more about the feelings, right? The emotions. So I don't know if this speaks to someone that you're hoping to manifest, someone that you're hoping to connect with, someone that's more inclined to think, to perceive, to seek the logic and not so much listen to the heart. It could be an Aquarius, could be a Virgo. If it's you waiting on someone, I mean, okay, there could be third parties, doesn't have to be the case always, but the Star card can also speak to the future. I mean, this is in the past position and in the present, sort of more towards the past, and that's also the internet. It's a card of hope, it's a card of truth, it's a card of healing, but something promised also, because Aquarius is all about freedom. It's all about standing in my raw truth, speaking my truth, which maybe has put you in a conflictual position here. Tug of war, which we mentioned earlier. I don't know who this tug of war is about, concerning who it is concerning about, because the 5 of Wands usually does show family. I don't know if it's extended family or it's a family that you've built. There could also be children here with the Sun card, right? We see the youth, the children, or it's the inner child. This is like someone having gone through a lot. This could also be that someone's put up a wall, and that's why there's a dilemma here, a choice. And that's sort of putting you in a position you don't know what to do, to listen to your heart or to listen to what your head is telling you, what your logic is telling you. Now that could be also another person you're dealing with. Now we've got Leo, some of you are Leo Cancer cuspers, others of you could be dealing with a Leo. Leo is fixed fire. Leo does speak to confidence, maybe. I mean, you could have, for all I know, you could have your sun in Cancer and have, the personal planets in Leo. So, because Leo is ruled by the sun and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So maybe that yin yang energy from you. So internal conflict. This could also speak to internal conflict. Wanting to nurture love or wanting to take charge in love. Wanting to connect, needing that security, needing that nurturing, that loving, because Cancer is very motherly, right? So very, very recessive, very giving. And then there's the Leo energy, which is a little bit egotistical, a little bit more confident, a little bit more, yes, generous, but also more certain of themselves and more masculine. Masculine could be more inclined towards taking charge, acting, being proactive. We've got the Empress here. And the Empress does speak to patience, but also that a seed is being planted. Now, I don't know, the Empress could also speak to creating an opportunity, right? Or needing to be patient, needing to believe that there will be luck, that there will be expansion, that there will be support. The Empress could be a mother. So some of you could be mothers, you could be grandmothers, or this could be what Spirit is saying. Instead of being at a tug of war energy, maybe be more loving, nurturing, and more patient. The Three of Wands as an outgoing card, yes, could speak to connection with foreigners, but also that the ships are promised is showing up on the horizon. We've got a couple of threes here as the outgoing cards, and we've got the Three of Cups here. Why is there a moment of judgment? Five of Cups. Five of Cups is regrets pertaining to the past, concerning the past. Nine of Pentacles. A sense of independence, a sense of someone being happy on their own, or someone hoping to attract the right partnership, or preferring to be alone instead of being in a partnership where there's cups that are spilt. Remember, the Three Cups are spilt, and we see them here again. So maybe this is speaking to, and the Two of Cups is behind him, so he has no idea. Someone here is saying, I'm okay on my own. I got the same emotion that I got for another sign. I don't remember who it was. It was either Gemini, Taurus, or Aries, where the message was, I prefer to be on my own than to be in a connection where there's heavy control. I think it was Gemini. Maybe check out their reading. So a moment of crisis has happened. Now, we're not reading reversal, so we don't know the Three of Cups, if that's a reconciliation or if it's the Three Cups that are spilt, right? And someone possibly needing to sever ties and move on emotionally, and putting up a block, putting up a wall, because, okay, the future is showing up in the past position. And what we see is that this is like a promise, a wish fulfillment, but then there's a dilemma, and there's a wall that's come up, and there's a tug of war. Like, there was a promise. This is what I believed. This is what I've been waiting for, and I'm still waiting on it. But someone here emotionally has checked out, surely, certainly. Let's take a couple of cards. What is this Two of Swords? Because twos can also speak to choices. Let's see. Nine of Swords. Lots of worry, anxiety, frustration. Not seeing things clearly, or seeing things from a very negative standpoint. And Five Swords. There must be a lot of backlash and a lot of drama concerning what you're doing in your personal life. I do believe this. Now, whether it's got to do with the past and your future, which is affecting your relationships. Let's look at that Eight of Cups. Ten of Swords. See, something has finished. You expected this. Then the Hermit and the Wheel of Fate. We've got a 9 and a 10. You cannot physically stop the changes, Cancer. You need to go with it and not fight the change. Now, you are cardinal water, which is you're about initiation, new beginnings, yes. But there's this open wound that's sort of holding you back in finding a resolution. It's like the past is holding you back from your future. So it could be the involvement of others, or, and we've got Sagittarius here as well, or you're connecting with someone that's in this situation. Why do we have the Nine of Wands? We've got a King of Swords. I don't know if there are any legalities. If you're dealing with any legalities, I mean, even Jupiter in your first house can have to do with legalities. This could be an advisor. This could be someone, could be an air sign that you could be leaving behind. Someone closing the door on speaking their truth. Someone using logic, not looking at their heart and what their heart is telling them. So I get strong Aquarius, Leo. And of course the nodal axis will be changing from Virgo, Pisces into Leo and Aquarius. The first eclipse will be in February on the 17th. There will be a new moon in Aquarius. So that may be quite significant for you. I apologize about that interruption. We were just talking about the eclipse, right? That new moon in Aquarius, and Capricorn season it's got to do with your love life, right? And the Aquarius season is all the planets are going to enter Aquarius, which is your 8th house, where Pluto is. And the 8th house is the house of the psyche. It's the house of the money and the resources shared, money that come from your partnership, from your partner, nevertheless. But it's also the house of intimacy, emotional, physical, but also change. So I see a lot of change. I want to take one more on the King of Swords here. We've got the World card, so you are completing a cycle with someone here, and it's just meant to be, right? So you may be dealing with a fixed sign, yes. We've also got Taurus, Libra here, but here are all the 4 fixed signs: Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. So let's see what this tug of war is. The 5 of Wands. You've got the Emperor, Empress. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Emperor on the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. This could either be someone you're connecting with through work. I was saying that something could be happening at work here with the 3 of Pentacles. So there's the involvement of third parties and possibly a work situation. Now, of course, the Emperor could be someone that you're connecting with, because they are connected with the past and moving towards the future. But we've also got a King of Swords here. So I don't know, because I see the tug of war here. This could be the Emperor in competition with the King of Swords that are in a competitive energy fighting for you. Who's going to win? But because we've got Emperor and Empress here. And what I see also is that they've got their backs turned to each other. So I'm wondering if this is not a control freak, someone that's narcissistic, someone that's come into the picture, which could have been a fake Emperor. Do you know what I mean? So it can go either way, because we've got the World card on the King of Swords. We see the battle here where the mind, the perception is concerned. That's why I'm sort of leaning more so to an ending with the King of Swords, because the Emperor is also facing the past, and this line is the past as well. So this may be someone that is in your life from the past. Maybe you were meant to be, but there are issues that the Emperor has got relative to the past, and they're still facing the past. So whether it's them in another situation with another air sign, maybe they needed to check out of a third party situation. I mean, the Emperor and the Empress could also be parents, could be family members that are playing a major role within your love life. So I don't know. Let's see what the Empress is about. This could be, of course, because they are parents as well, and we've got children here as well. The child, Leo. Leo is child's play. We've got an Empress here, which is a mother. And remember, Leo is all about giving birth, right? Giving birth, it's our children. So we also see another sword, the Knight of Swords, on the Empress. So waiting on some information, some release of tension, clearing out, seeking truth, and transitioning. 6 of Swords, moving towards that 3 of Wands, waiting on those ships to come in. But there's still negative thinking here, or a perception of I am blocked, I feel imprisoned, I cannot move right now. There's the sun again, so I do feel that things will clear out. There will be communication. Pages are spying. This is the spying page. Page of Swords, Gemini energy, communication, logic, research, and the Hanging Man. Someone's waiting on communication, on the air to be cleared. What are the blocks for Cancer? What is the issue where love is concerned for Cancer, please? My eye caught the word fear. Fears. Fearing the truth, fearing an ending, burned out. You feel emotionally burned out right now. Retreat and recover before continuing. Emotionally burned out. And we see playing games. You don't need to play games to keep the right one interested in you. Someone's been trying extra hard here. That's what I'm getting. Trying to keep someone maybe that's been playing mind games. Someone has been trying too hard. Maybe Spirit is saying release and leave it up to Spirit. We had another message. Aries got something like that. Let's see for Cancer. What's going on in love? A lot of fated things are playing out. A lot of destined situations. You have had a lot of help, and you've still got help coming from the Saturn-Neptune conjunction transiting through Pisces. You've had a lot of help, but you've also had your issues, your hardships. Also the nodes in earth and water, very helpful for you to expand, to explore, to see the truth, to free yourself from anything that's been has been very hard for you, that's been holding you back from your new life, your new journey. What is going on for Cancer? We've got flirtation. We've got an offer here. This is the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra mainly. The Queen of Swords is usually a divorcee, or she's just looking at things from a very logical standpoint. She could be someone that is in separation. We've got another motherly figure, or a person that is in a position of power. This is the Bear, and it's power, leadership, strength of character, someone that's trying to dominate, or someone that's needing to be strong. Could be the Emperor, could be a father or a mother. It's Mars in Aries. Someone needs to have the courage to come forth and offer you these flowers. You know, the flowers could also be an apology. And we've got the Sun. You've got the Sun 1, 2, 3 times. And that's the Ace of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. Finishing up with someone maybe that's short-circuited, they've got a short temper. Someone you're in battle with. Someone that's blocking your happiness. But the Sun will come through. Bring clarity, bring confidence, bring happiness, bring more play. Don't worry yourself, dear Cancer. Things will change. Remember that Venus caught up with the Sun in your 7th house. That's a Venus star point. That's like an ending and a new beginning. Now Mars and Venus, they're closing up a major 32-year cycle. So I don't know how that plays out for you. And they do also, this could be a 2-year cycle, it could be a 9-month cycle that's coming to an end, but it can also be a 32-year cycle. Let's see what's at the bottom. We've got the Whip, Knight of Wands. There may have been some infidelity, some long distance travel possibly, someone that wanted their freedom, someone that was a player. That's why I mentioned infidelity, but this could speak to conflict. It's the Five of Wands, similar, but it's 11. It's a number 11 as well. And that speaks to Libra, justice, possible legalities, karma, stress, conflict, fights, arguments. What's going on in the bedroom, in your love life, in the physical for you, dear Cancer? Is there any intimacy? Is there any happiness in the bedroom? Oh my God, look at this card. The Tower. There are third parties here, and there's a tug of war. There are competitive energies, challenging. There's an awakening. There's an awakening. There's jealousy. There's, oh my God, I mean, this character here is very controlling. The other guy's coming up with an axe. This is, wow, this is shocking for me. And we've got the Six of Swords. Some of you may be connecting with someone physically, well, more so through the internet. You may be at a physical distance. There may be fear also here of infidelity, fear of getting yourself into hot water if you're connecting with someone else, or something is coming through. There's going to be a Tower moment. It's a major shift. It can be very challenging. Information through the internet. Six of Swords, right? It's more about a meeting of the mind, more so. So the fantasy of, the imagination of, well, this is what you're thinking, of making love with someone that could be physically at a distance to you. And we've got the Seven of Cups. Again, there's fantasy, which is exactly what I was mentioning. This is more the dream, the fantasy, the illusion. And we see the little turtle here, which maybe this is taking longer than what you hoped for. So I don't see much healthy intimacy here. And the Hanging Man, Pisces. So maybe a cycle needs to come to an end. Maybe you need to wait. Maybe the Pisces chapter, the season, Pisces season, could be a significant season. And Spirit is saying you need to wait until then. That's when the magic can happen. Let's look at the person you're hoping to manifest. Where is their psyche? Where are their emotions? How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? Guide. See, we've got the, like the Hermit. They've got the inner guidance, or they're seeking that. They're seeing signs and synchronicities. They could be seeking guidance from externally as well. It's like they're figuring out, because the signs, they're having signs and synchronicities. It's like they've seen which way they've got to go. And there are regrets. They have got regrets. Maybe not having seen the reality of the situation. What are those regrets? The cycles that maybe you've been in with them, or cycles that they've been in their own life. This cycle is a Saturnian card. It says that with this cycle now, the change, because Saturn is changing signs, maybe this cycle is going to bring a surprise. We see she's got a rose behind her back, and the rose is Venus. It's a flower. So Venus's synodic cycle. Maybe look back 4 years, 8 years, 12 years. That's when Venus and the Sun met up again in your house of commitment, right? The 7th house. What was going on then? Let's look at you and your psyche. Commitment. Some of you may have been in a commitment, or this is what you're after. Yeah, there's a family situation here, and there's a karmic partner. So it looks to me like some of you are in another commitment, in a family situation, unless you want to flip the messages here, and you're here and you're dealing with someone else that's dealing with a karmic partnership, which needs to go. Karma is playing out here. There's a refocus. Refocus could speak to a return. There could be a reconciliation, but they're re-looking at what's going on in their life with this commitment. Refocus reminds me of retrogrades. We've still got retrogrades happening in the sky. Uranus in Taurus, still retrograde. Chiron has now moved direct in your 10th house of your goals and aspirations. And Jupiter is retrograde. So retrograde means returning to a past situation and refocusing, having second chances. We've got a Nine of Cups, a wish fulfillment, possibly a new cycle after the conflict, new beginning, transition, movement, lots of messages, possible travel as well. General energy is about awakening and understanding what's as above, so below. Beneath that is nostalgia, Six of Cups. Let's take your angel answers. Let's see if they cannot answer your questions. Maybe pause the video, think of your questions. Big happy changes, beautiful. Be assertive. And no with an exclamation mark. What could that be? What could that no with an exclamation mark mean? I'm going to read it. I think we may need to take another card. The response to your inquiry is a firm no. You needn't worry though, as you will see why this was the perfect answer as time goes by. So I want to take one card on that no. What could the no be all about? I'm going to take the Lavera Sibila. Some of you may not want to be assertive, or someone's not letting you be assertive. You're going to be challenging. You're going to face challenges such as these. What is that no about? About a new beginning, something to do with children, something to do with loyalty, friendship, and a Gran Signore, which would be like the King of Cups, King of Pentacles, King of, I should say, Emperor. So I don't know how it plays out in your own personal life, but let's see, let's take the timing cards and see those ships on the horizon. When can they come to shore? When will those ships come to shore? I don't know why Libra, I needed to mention Libra. I just saw the symbol of Libra, and Libra is justice, equality. In February, next month, for some of you, we're taking 3 because there are many of you here. It's up to you. Another sign got this in 2 double messages. Which was the sign? I really cannot think of who it was. It was one of the first signs. Capricorn, Aquarius or Pisces, possibly one of those signs. And in March. So it's just around the corner. It's just around the corner. See the lucky clover. March seems to be like a very significant and lucky month for you. But we also see February. You see the rose and you see the love hearts. This could also be someone that's spying on another through social media. February looks like around that eclipse, Valentine's Day, looks like things are starting to warm up in love. And that your luck comes in March. Let's look at your person. Let's get into their head. And remember, we may be connecting with your energy as well. Please forgive me, I want another chance with you. I see pain and sorrow in your eyes. Please trust that I won't ever hurt you. I've got a couple of 4s. The Emperor is a 4. You were too overbearing. I felt suffocated, insecurities and jealousy. You bring such happiness to my life. Let's elope. Let's try again. I love you. I will climb any mountain. I will swim any river to be with you. Capricorn came through with that. And I'm moving on. I'm healing now, leaving the past. I'm ready to take the next step with you. And that means commitment or moving in together, taking your relationship to the next level. It will be different for each of you. Dear, dear Cancer, very significant time, very important time. I'm wishing you well. Thank you so much for your love and your loyalty and your patience. If you're interested in a personal reading, do not hesitate to reach out. Good luck. Namaste.